The headquarters aren't gonna go down so quickly, so he now promptly moves out of the Wehrmacht player's base, but he's showing his rare armor to the back, and that's a problem. He's not gonna. It doesn't seem that the Sherman is gonna go down. However, it will take a while to be repaired, and by that time, the Wehrmacht player has an opportunity to breathe again. However, a second Sherman is out. Maybe I should mark my words. I should count my words next time, or whatever the expression is. And this Sherman is gonna spell trouble for those Wehrmacht infantry that is capping the west of the map. And the play. Wow, what the hell? A mine goes off by that strategic point to the north, and some riflemen take heavy losses. And that mine, was that a Wehrmacht mine, or was that an American mine that was stripped by the Volks and the riflemen were nearby? That would be hilarious for the Wehrmacht player and for the viewers, but I'm sure it's not for the US player. So now second pack out. So it does seem that the Wehrmacht player has breathed and is once again in the game, because that first Sherman surely not utilized at its maximum, because it was just staying in the base, shooting at the headquarters. What the hell was that? I mean, you get a Sherman and you go into the base and you shoot at the HQ? Okay. Well, I guess he was afraid that the bag was nearby. Well, and he had reasonable, that fear was reasonable. But staying there and not trying to even take a peek outside, outside the safety of the cover of the Kriegs barracks, not good. And now he's gonna lose his second Sherman because there are two packs out, and of course he was showing his rare armor, blah 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 blah. And now the Wehrmacht player, he seems to be able to hold. He seems to be able to hold the west for the time being, although there are three flamers coming towards his position. But they meet the MG42. They were all clamped up together, and this is no go. No go. No go, Mr. Flamers. Although, the American player still has control of the map and still has a significant lead over the victory points, standing at 191 against 437 at the moment, at the 17-minute 9:10:11 second mark. He needs to find a better way to use his Shermans, firstly, and secondly, I would say it's time for him to get some rifleman upgrades, because vanilla riflemen are not gonna deal well with a vetted infantry force by the Wehrmacht player. You would say, but they get elite armor, the grenadiers do. And bars are not as effective. Yes, but bars are even more effective than having M1 carbines. That's for sure. And now, as I predicted, because I'm a great psychic, the Wehrmacht player has a kind of a steady control of the west, and he seems to be branching off to the east as well, because his veterans level 2 has kicked in. He seems to have gotten a grenadier squad either out of his med bunker or out of his Krieg barracks. I did not notice, and he seems to be trying to stop the victory point drain, which is a safe way to go since you are that far behind. Although, that blob of flame engineers make their appearance in the east and force a retreat by both the Volks and the Grenadiers. However, eventually they won't be able to stand up to the Wehrmacht infantry force. We all know that engineers are quickly suppressed, they are fragile, and generally they are used best when in flanks and when some other unit is taking the full blow of the full hit of the Wehrmacht force. Now that sniper seems to have paid for himself. With 25 infantry kills, that manpower drain for the American player is not something that you can be, It's not something that you can leave in the corner and say, "Oh, I don't care so much. It's just a sniper." Yeah, it's just a sniper, but with 26 infantry kills right now, that's a lot of manpower. I think a rifleman is 27 manpower to reinforce, so multiply that by 26 and you get some number. I'm not even gonna try. Now the surviving Sermon gets veterans level 1 and seems to have neutralized the threat of the MG42 on the field. Although the gun is still there and can be recruited, the riflemen are free, kinda, to move on to the position of the packs. However, veterans level 2 have folks and the grenadiers and the sniper, they're still around. And that's a no-go. They do recruit the previously destroyed HMG, but that may cost him a rifle squad, although they will be fine. So yeah, it's okay. He wanted that HMG. Yeah, I guess he can utilize it to hold, you know, the east, I guess, or some victory point against the horde of the Ver infantry that starts to build up. That's the only sure thing at this point in the game. A game that also features a mortar for the American player. He seems to be going all the way. I want to kill your rifleman route. And after I got my two packs, and I'm pretty safe against your tanks. Now I'm gonna get every single unit I can to stop your infantry in their tracks and not allow you to go anywhere near my packs, and that seems to be paying off. Sniper with 35 infantry kills, that's why. That's too many. That's too many kills. And oddly enough, I think I haven't seen a commander choice by the American player. Or it's either that I'm missing everything in this game, or that he hasn't used anything. He could be infantry, but I haven't seen any artillery, and the country lit up. Actually, hold that thought. Actually, discard that thought. His armor. He has a Sherman Calliope on the field. So I guess he risked a rather mid-game with no rifleman benefits and no artillery clearing practices to wait for a Calliope, which is really good against infantry, against mass infantry. But let's see if it's gonna be put in good use. Actually, I see a Grenadier squad coming out of the med bunker, and probably this is his first or his second one. Either way, that med bunker is gonna be safe for a long, long time. The first Calliope barrage targets a Grenadier squad, and the position of the sniper by the west victory point managed to drive off the Grenadiers, but the sniper was fine and was actually retreating after the fact, the barrage. And actually took a shot at the HMG team. Let me click this. Yes, the HMG that was previously captured by the American player is down to 2 members. Unlike what I was thinking, using the HMG to guard the east of the map, he uses it aggressively, trying to hold the east, which is actually where the most of the Wehrmacht forces are. So that's kind of weird, but still possible. Although with a second sniper out for the Wehrmacht player right now, I don't know for how long this MG is going to be fine, because 2 snipers can actually kill it in its current state with 1 shot from each. And the Calliope, the Sherman, and the Rifleman still on the field. Rifleman now with bars, a bit late I would say, but he was saving up probably for the Calliope, since he didn't get another Sherman. And unit preservation wise, US player hasn't lost much. He's lost a rifleman squad, and I think an engineer squad. They just lost the HMG that he had recruited, he had stolen, and now the Calliope opened fire once again, barrages the west, this time with better results than the last. Does significant damage to one of the packs, decrews the MG42, and brings the sniper down to a sliver of health, which is always good. Sherman's going back to the base for repairs. Calliope hasn't taken any damage yet. Flame engineers seem to be doing kind of good, I guess, against those grenadiers. Now engineers with veterancy level 2, the Wehrmacht needs to be a little bit careful with that engineer veterancy, because he really doesn't want to find vetted flame engineers with vetted Wehrmacht infantry. That's a no-go for him. Unless he masses up his infantry and focus fires at the engineers, those flame engineers are gonna be a pain in the ass. I tell you that. Although one of them may go down right here, right now, as he's gonna go into red cover, and there's a squad of grenadiers chasing him down, and he is going to go. No, he's gonna survive. How did that happen? This is COH for you all. This is COH. Now a third pack out for the Wehrmacht player. He really does not want any trouble with Shermans of any kind. However, the Calliopes are still, are staying away from the main front, and they're just gonna keep barraging areas that, the US players say things are important. And you can fight Calliopes with packs, however good your pack creeping is. It's not gonna happen. They're just gonna run away. You need something else, and that else may come in the form of grenadiers with Shreks, which does not seem to be happening at the moment. A rifleman squad going Rambo by the position of the packs does not have a lot of luck, and now he's taking sniper shots, mortar shots, MG fire, and he's still gonna survive. What the hell's going on? We have lost a unit. Pack decrewed by the one and only Sherman on the field, which is good for the American player. However, even if his thinking is quite on the spot and tries to kill the AT gun, now he's in danger of going down to the second pack that has made their way there. One shot and the Sherman's gonna be fine. Although, once again, very low at health, will have to go back to the base and get repaired, which of course is downtime for his presence on the field. And now we are closing in on the 27-minute 050607 second mark, and the tide seems to have turned in the favor of the Wehrmacht player. And one of the reasons that this happened is the 42 infantry kill sniper by the Wehrmacht player that was on the field at the point at which the Wehrmacht player had 3 folks on the field. Actually, it was 2 folks sniper and then the 3rd folks. So this guy is the 3rd unit out of the Wehrmacht quarters and is still there. However, look at the VPs, guys. It's 20 VPs for the Wehrmacht player. That early domination by the US player gave him such a great VP advantage, and now he is going for it. The US player is pushing for VPs, and if he manages to get them, the Wehrmacht player is dead, because in this game the VPs is what it matters. Doesn't matter if you get outplayed, if you outplay your opponent in the battles, if you don't pay your attention on the VPs, it's gonna be trouble. Of course, now Calliope is closing in on the position of the Flame Pioneers by the North Victory Point. They're just trying to push him around and stop him from capping, but what actually stops him from capping are the approaching riflemen, which made it their goal for life to drive off Pioneers capping victory points. Obvious map hack, huh? What? Anyway, now what the issue is that the US player needs to keep it cool and not try to kill, try not to lose a lot of forces trying to, you know, to cap the victory points, because he's gonna lose those forces if he just stays there and takes increased damage while capping victory points, and does not retreat with his rifle squad. Oh my god, just lost the rifle squad once again. Wow. Not many infantry for the American player.